Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Cancer, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So, with all that being said, Cancer, let's get started. How does Cancer currently view this relationship? Okay. It looks like you're being presented with a really, really good opportunity. Now, this could definitely represent like a new job offer. This could definitely represent, a promotion for some of you. But it looks like you're being presented nonetheless with a really, really good opportunity. And it's bringing in a lot of, happiness into your life, excitement into your life. I am definitely getting that strongly. So for some of you, yeah, this could have a lot to do with you receiving a promotion, a new job opportunity. This could imply that, maybe your business is taking off or your career is taking off. But whatever this thing is, it's something that's going to improve your life financially, especially with the Ace of Pentacles coming out here. The Ace of Pentacles is attached to the Ten of Pentacles, which, talks about, abundance, stability, things of that nature. So you're being presented with a really good opportunity that's going to bring a lot of abundance and stability into your life, Cancer. And you could have already received this promotion. You could have already received this new job opportunity. For some of you, you could very well be in the works of starting a business. If so, I do believe that you will have a very successful business, especially with the Six of Wands coming out here. The Six of Wands does speak of, success. So it could, like I said, it could be you starting a business and you will end up having a successful business. This could imply that your career will be essentially taking off as well. But let's look at this person, or I guess whoever decides to show up to the right of me. How does this person currently view this relationship? I love this. I love this. We do have the Ten of Cups, we do have the Three of Cups, and then we also have the Ten of Pentacles. When it comes down to this new job opportunity that you're receiving, or this promotion that you're receiving, or this business that you're essentially getting off the ground, Cancer, I do see a lot of people extremely happy for you, like close family members, close friends. It does appear to me that you have a very, very good, support system around you. You have people around you that want to see you win and thrive and, excel in life. And like I said, the Ace of Pentacles is attached to the Ten of Pentacles. So that's telling me that this business that you're starting is going to be a successful one. If this has anything to do with you receiving, a promotion, I do see you climbing that corporate ladder very, very quickly. I am definitely getting that as well. But there's a lot of people that are very happy for you and supportive of you. Now, you could very well be romantically involved with someone. If you are romantically involved with someone, Cancer, I do see this person extremely happy and supportive of, you and, what you're doing, with your life, as far as like you possibly starting a business or you receiving a promotion or a new job opportunity. Because I am definitely getting, for some of you, could very well be romantically involved, with somebody who is extremely happy for you and your success and your growth and your expansion. They just come off to me as somebody who's like really, really supportive and wants to see you win in life. I also feel like these family members of yours and these friends of yours, or even this romantic interest of yours, is extremely proud of you. How does Cancer currently feel? So we do have the Knight of Swords, we do have the Queen of Pentacles, and then we also have the Page of Wands. Okay. There's an overall energy of you receiving like unexpected communication. I am definitely getting that. But not only do I see you receiving unexpected communication, I just kind of feel like the way someone is with you is going to drastically change. And I personally don't think that you're going to like it, but it's definitely somebody close to you is basically what I'm getting. Like their way of being towards you is going to drastically change, but I am definitely getting, unfortunately, in a very negative way. Let's look at the Page of Wands. Tell me more about the Page of Wands. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles. We got the Two of Swords. And then we also have the Empress. And then we also have the Devil out here. Okay. Now, this person that I do see drastically changing, like I said, dude, it is somebody very, very close to you. And for the vast majority of you, this could definitely represent like a romantic interest of yours, or like a family member of yours, or a friend of yours. But I just see somebody feeling very entitled to like you and your growth and your expansion and your success and, you know, your money, things of that nature. I just kind of see somebody feeling very entitled to that. Like, you know, we're together, Cancer, like, and you're doing really good for yourself financially. Like, you should really buy me a car. You should really pay my bills. You know what I mean? Or come on, Cancer, like, we're family. Like, you know, you should really buy me a car. You should really pay my bills. Matter of fact, you should really buy me a house. Like, I just feel like your relationship with this person, is just drastically changing. Like before, it never used to be about money and buy me this and, you know, buy me that and get me this and get me that, you know, like, come on, we're family. Come on, we're together. You know, I deserve this. Like, it never used to be that way, I guess, between you and this person. I do see it slowly turning into that. A lot of you are going to start to find yourself essentially feeling like this person's just trying to essentially use you and take advantage of you. Now, the fact that you're going from a Queen of Pentacles to an Empress is very impressive, because that's telling me that there's still growth and expansion taking place in your life. Like I said, if this is you starting a brand new job or receiving, you know, a promotion, for prime example, like, I do see you climbing that corporate ladder very, very quickly. So it's not a surprise that you're going from a Queen of Pentacles to an Empress, okay? That just is basically implying that there's growth and expansion taking place in your life, primarily financially, is basically what I'm getting. And that area is where I'm seeing a lot of growth and expansion for you, Cancer. But this could also have a lot to do with like your, you know, business taking off. If you do have a lot of, you know, if you do have, you know, a lot of businesses or just one business in general, like I do see that definitely taking off. And I am getting growth and expansion in that area and a lot of abundance and stability in that area. So, I mean, it makes sense as to why you're going from a Queen of Pentacles to an Empress. That's just basically insinuating that there's positive growth taking place in your life. But specifically for you, it has a lot to do with money. There's growth and expansion in that department. But yeah, I think that over time, you're going to start to find yourself feeling like this person's just using you, or just trying to, like, you know, take advantage of you. I am definitely getting that. But it's unfortunate because I feel like your relationship with this person never used to be that way. Now, initially at first, I do feel like you're going to be taken back by a specific request coming from this person. And it could be that this person might ask you for money, for prime example. This person might say like, hey, like, you know, can you send me X amount of money? Or, hey, can you like buy this for me? Like, I just kind of feel like you're going to be taken, by surprise by a specific request that they have for you that does involve you needing to spend a certain amount of money on this person. And I think the reason why you're going to be kind of shocked and surprised by it is because they never ask you for money. So the fact that they're asking you for money, it is going to kind of take you by surprise. And I do see you, you know, giving in and, you know, giving them whatever it is that they're requesting, you know, of you, but it's going to start to become very frequent. And that's when you're going to start to find yourself feeling like, okay, wait a minute. Like, I feel like this person is trying to like take advantage of me now. I feel like this person is just simply trying to use me now and I don't like it. I am definitely, you know, getting that your relationship with this particular person will drastically change over time. And it's somebody very, very close to you. It's somebody that you spend a lot of time with, is basically what I'm gathering. How does this person feel? Okay. All right, so we got the Fool, we got the Nine of Pentacles, and then we also have the Nine of Wands out here. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Three of Swords. We also have the Ace of Cups, and then we also have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, I feel like... You know, I feel like the reason why all this is going to kind of like catch you off guard when they start asking you for money, because you're not used to this person asking you for money at all, is basically what I'm gathering. Has a lot to do with the simple fact that this person doesn't really find themselves in a really, really good place financially. I feel like they tend to kind of like portray this image like they do very well for themselves financially, but they really, really don't. You know, this to me comes off as somebody who definitely finds themselves, struggling, financially speaking. Now, this part's not going to resonate for all of you out there, but as far as your growth and your expansion is concerned, Cancer, I do feel like this person does kind of feel some type of way that you're not even bothering to lend like a helping hand in their direction when you quote unquote know that this person is not doing so well financially. Because I am definitely getting that you could very well be dealing with somebody that you essentially know is not doing so well financially, and the fact that you find yourself doing, very well, financially speaking, it does kind of have this person feeling some type of way, like, damn, like, why doesn't Cancer bother to help me out? And, why doesn't Cancer, pay this and pay that for me and just kind of help me out? I am definitely getting that this person also finds themselves essentially feeling like if the shoe was on the other foot, they would essentially help you out, and the fact that you're not helping them out, does have them feeling some type of way, even more so because this person supposedly this person, because they're showing up with this energy of that this person's not doing so well financially, so it just kind of like hurts them that here you are, you know what I mean, like making all this money and you don't even bother, I guess, to like help this person out in any way, shape, and or form, is basically what I'm gathering. Okay. Here's my thing, Cancer. I feel like this person, going back to what I originally said, I do feel like this person tends to like portray this image like, life is good, I'm doing very well for myself, but I don't necessarily feel like that's the case. But I feel like this is like an image that they tend to essentially portray to you and everybody around them. So I don't know, like, how are you actually supposed to know that this person is doing very well, for themselves financially? Or, well, how are you supposed to know that this person's not doing so well for themselves, financially, if they're like portraying this image like, like they're perfectly fine? You know what I mean? They could do that all by themselves, So yeah, you might be under the impression that this person doesn't really need your help and or assistance because of this image that they tend to essentially portray to you and everybody around them, that they're doing very well for themselves financially. They don't need anybody's help for absolutely anything. I feel like what causes them to not want to speak on their personal struggles has a lot to do with ego and pride. Then again, this person does harness a lot of masculine energy, and masculine energy is unfortunately one thing that they're known for, is struggling, right, with like their own like ego and their pride, and taming that part of them, and not allowing it to essentially get the best of them, things of that nature. In this case, they're allowing their own ego and their pride to basically get the best of them. You know what I mean? To the point where they're going through what they're going through, but they're just not speaking on it because they're too prideful to do so, What actions? Okay, will Cancer take towards this person or moving forward? Yeah. We have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the High Priestess, and then we also have the Empress. I do see you slowly but surely retracting your energy from this person, is basically what I'm gathering. Like, I don't see you like coming in and like telling this person like, you know what, like that's it. You and I are no longer friends. You and I are no longer together. Like, what I do see you doing, because I don't see you severing ties with this person. What I do see you doing is like making yourself more unavailable to them. What I see you doing is retracting your energy, from them. When this person turns around and asks you for money, for prime example, like I don't see you giving it, to them. I see you going as far as to tell this person you can't because you got to pay this and you got to do this and you got to do that. But with the Empress to the High Priestess, I mean, this was pretty impressive, Cancer. I'm not going to lie. You're going from the Queen of Pentacles to the Empress to the High Priestess. So that's kind of telling me a lot of growth and expansion is definitely taking place in your life, especially when it comes down to like your financial situation is concerned. That's something that I do see drastically, improving. But as you start to improve financially speaking, it just kind of looks like there's going to be people that are going to like come out of the woodworks like, hey, Cancer, we're family, Cancer. So listen, I was just thinking like, do you mind buying me a house or something? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when it comes down to like your, your growth, your expansion, these are things that I do see you in the future keeping to yourself. So, when you do receive like another like promotion, because I do see you climbing that corporate ladder very fucking quickly. I don't see you sharing it with this person or anybody at that. I do see you just simply keeping it to yourself and not saying anything. If this has anything to do with like, your business taking off, like, if you plan on, expanding or starting another business, for prime example, so that way you have, multiple incomes. I don't see you telling anybody about it. I just see you kind of keeping it to yourself, because I do see you making moves, but I do see you making moves in silence, which I think is honestly the best thing, for you to do, because unfortunately, due to your growth and your expansion, your success, it's gonna have people, like come out of the woodworks, like your family members, your friends, and things like that, ask you for money and, hey, Cancer, can you buy me this? And can you buy me that? Can you lend me this? Can you lend me that? So I am definitely getting that moving forward. You're going to start to be making moves in silence. And when you do receive like a promotion, for a prime example, I don't see you telling anybody about it. When you plan on, expanding your business, for prime example, or even opening up another business, I just don't see you telling anybody about it. I just see you keeping it to yourself. Okay. So we have the King of Pentacles. We do have the Two of Cups. And then we also have the Knight of Wands out here. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Eight of Cups. We do have the Two of Pentacles. And then we also have the Three of Wands. Okay, let's just talk. I just kind of feel, Cancer, if this is somebody that you're romantically involved with, because for some of you, this is somebody that you're romantically involved with. If this is somebody that you're romantically involved with, I just kind of feel like they feel like if they were like in your shoes, for prime example, they would be, very generous, with like, their success and their wealth and their abundance and things like that. They would just be very generous with it. And the fact that you're not like that, with them, does cause this person to feel some type of way. It does cause this person to essentially feel like you don't really care about them. You know what I mean? Like you say you do. I also see this person questioning, like, why are they even still with you? It's not like, it's not like you love them and or care about them. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of feel like this person feels like you don't really love them and care about them, because here you are, making all this money, and I guess according to them, you're not, choosing to essentially help them out with absolutely anything. But whenever I guess you need something, from them, or you need help with something, they're very quick to be there for you. And just give you whatever it is that, they can essentially give you. But yeah, this person does essentially feel like you don't really love them and care about them, because if you did, you would, I guess, sit there and just watch them struggle the way that they're essentially struggling. But that's like my thing with this person, is that I can't emphasize this enough. They continue to portray this image like they do very well for themselves financially, like they don't need anybody's help and or assistance with absolutely anything. And I think that that's something that you go base off of, right? That they don't need any help, they don't need any assistance, because look, they seem perfectly fine to me. You know what I mean? They're spending money on this, they're spending money on that. They don't need my help. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you look at them, because that's the image they're essentially portraying to you and everybody else. So I think that anybody would assume, right, that this person is doing very well for themselves, financially speaking, but it kind of looks like they're not. It kind of looks like they're not, to be completely honest. And it does kind of have this person questioning, like, like, why are they still with you? It's not like you love them and care about them, because if you did, like, you would help them out with this financially, you would help them, out with that financially, and you're just not doing that, according to them. But I do feel like this relationship between you and this person over time is going to start to make you feel like they're just using you, and taking advantage, of you, because this is going to be an ongoing thing where, they're going to ask you, for money one time, and then a week goes by and they're going to ask you again, and then another week goes by and they're going to ask you again, and then that's when you're going to start to find yourself essentially feeling like, okay, like this person's just like trying to use me and take advantage of me, and I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see you getting rid of the whole human. I just kind of see you changing the way that you are with them. So, if you find yourself constantly giving this person money left and right, you're not going to find yourself really doing that, in the near future, is basically what I'm gathering. But yeah, that's what I have for you, Cancer. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.